Hi guys, Abel Andres here of Yugatech, and in this episode we're doing another smartphone comparison. This time around we're going to compare the Asus Zenfone 3 and then the Oppo F1s, both of which were launched back in August of this year. Of course, both are mid-range phones but with a slight gap in price tags. Ready? Let's go! In terms of design, the F1s and the Zenfone 3 are pretty close to each other. The F1s comes with a full glass panel up front and a metal back, while the Zenfone 3 has the front completely covered with Gorilla Glass and the back is also covered in glass. The F1s has an iPhone-ish look while the Zenfone 3 looks a little bit more premium. The Oppo F1s is slightly thinner compared to the Zenfone 3, but the latter is actually a little lighter. The Zenfone 3 looks a little bit more premium. With a 5.5-inch Full HD IPS display, the Zenfone 3 looks really nice. The screen is clear, crisp and bright. On the other hand, the 720p resolution of the 5.5-inch display of the F1s ain't so bad. The Zenfone 3 is slightly better by using Super IPS LCD display compared to the regular IPS LCD panel of the Oppo F1s. Both phones have a good screen-to-body ratio at 71%, but the Zenfone 3 has a 401 ppi pixel density, which gave it an advantage over the 286 ppi on the F1s. As for hardware and performance, both the F1s and the Zenfone 3 are running on an octa-core Cortex A53 processor, but the Zenfone 3 has a higher maximum clock speed of 2.0 GHz compared to the maximum clock speed of the F1s, which is only at 1.5 GHz. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 uses a newer 40nm process compared to the older 28nm of the MediaTek. The Adreno 506 is also better compared to the Mali T860 MP2. The Oppo F1s comes with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage, while the local variant of the Zenfone 3 comes with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. This puts the Zenfone 3 to an obvious advantage. Both phones come with a built-in fingerprint scanner. It's up front on the home button for the Oppo F1s and at the back just below the camera on the Zenfone 3. Both fingerprint scanners are fast and accurate, so it's a tie in this aspect. Both phones also come with dual SIM capabilities and have expandable storage of up to 256GB, as well as 4G LTE support. In terms of benchmark, the Oppo F1s scored a little over 41,000 in our standard Antutu benchmark, while the Zenfone 3 tops it off at over 62,000. Both devices run on Android OS, but the F1s runs on a custom Color OS 2.0 that is based on Android 5 Lollipop. The Zenfone 3, on the other hand, gets the newer Android 6 Marshmallow. In the camera department, the 16-megapixel rear and 8-megapixel front combo of the Zenfone 3 has been very promising even during the first time we reviewed it a couple months ago. The Oppo F1s, on the other hand, prioritizes the front camera, so the 13-megapixel rear and the 16-megapixel front combo is heavily favored on the front-facing camera. As it turns out, the side-by-side comparison between the two cameras showed the Zenfone 3 taking the rear camera, while the Oppo F1s dominated the front-facing camera. Here are some sample photos and videos of the two phones. While we're at it, the Zenfone 3 can also record 4K videos and has a 4-axis optical image stabilization. The Zenfone 3 takes a score in this department. As for battery life, the Oppo F1s has a 3075 mAh battery, which is a hair higher than the Zenfone 3. However, during our battery benchmark, the Zenfone 3 zoomed past with 13 hours and 46 minutes from fully charged, while the Oppo F1s only got 9 hours and 1 minute. Obviously, the newer processor and optimization of the Snapdragon chipset as well as the Marshmallow operating system had a lot to do with this result. The Zenfone 3 is also slightly faster with charging time and features a USB Type-C port. As for pricing, there's quite a significant difference between the two, but that's depending on which variant of the Zenfone 3 you're looking at. For the Philippines, the 5.5-inch version of the Zenfone 3 has 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, which justifies its 16,995 peso price tag. On the other hand, the 3GB RAM and 32GB storage of the Oppo F1s is only priced at 12,990 pesos. Just to recap the hardware specs of the two devices, here's a quick side-by-side rundown between the two. Anyway, that's it for our short comparison between the Zenfone 3 and the Oppo F1s. If you have questions about these two smartphones, do leave a comment in the comment section down below. Hit thumbs up if you like this video or consider subscribing for more videos like this. Once again, this is Abe and see you in the next one.